'Cause it's too cold. Hello, everyone. Hi. Someone from Brazil. Obrigado. Eu te amo. Hi, guys. First thing, kind of nervous. Hey. Hi. Hey. Hi. Angel, what's up? Fluff. Hello, Laila. Wie war Korea? Letztes Mal, als ich in Korea war vor Ende letzten Jahres. Hello, guys. When are you coaching Jinxie in League? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm worse than Jinxie in League. I'm a support Yumi, Iron 4. I've never ranked up. I've only down ranked. So that Dantes can be challenger, I'm Iron 4. It's the balance of life, guys. Hallöchen, Servo, was geht? Isabel, hi, what's up? Little Miss Badger, what's up? Hello. Hello, party people. What's up, guys? So, a lot of you have asked me to open Pokemon. So Dantes got me a display so we can open it today. Yup. 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 And I don't even like any of these Pokemon. But it's okay. We're gonna see. W Brother, real. Real. Warst du nicht da? Also nicht jetzt vor kurzem. Ich war in Korea. Ich glaube im September? Oder August. Which one is it? It's Mega EX. I don't know what it says because it's Japanese and I cannot read Japanese. I can also not speak Japanese. But it's like the new set, but like the Japanese version, not the English one. Ascendant Heroes in Japanese. That's it? You might know it better than I do. Guys, also I have like a bunch of cards that I opened when my friend Lara was here. So I still have like a bunch of cards that I never showed you guys. So like I have like here like Zacian. I have another Lily's Claire Fairy. I actually have this card like 6 times. Oh, then I have 2 Peruna cards. I bought these cards. Then I have a Jumper. I have a Spirit Tomb and a Mega Abomasnow. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I have. So these ones I haven't put away yet. And then obviously I have my One Piece cards. But yeah, we have to see what's in this set. But how's everyone doing? Guys, I know I haven't streamed in like a week. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like my migraines have become like really bad. Because it's not even a thing anymore of like I have them over the day. It's more like I have them in the middle of the night to a point where I can't sleep. So, yeah. Everything is a little bit rough right now. I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow just to like figure out the next steps for recovery. But, yeah. That's what I have tomorrow. But I woke up pretty early today, so I thought you might, might as well like be a little bit on stream, I've been like a bit more consistent with Instagram. I'm trying to like post a little bit more there, and I'll try making it a point of trying to like upload something on YouTube. It's just I can't do vlogs because all I do like legitimately is just sleep all day. But yeah, like I don't know what it is with me, but I literally hi booby. Come, boo boos. With me, like I like wake up 2 hours. I'm like okay, so I do the dishes, I clean up, whatever, and then like my headache starts and I fall asleep. Look at him, but he has been a good companion to me. This Bubuluni has been an incredible companion. Hi, Heki. Hi. Hi. Mmm. Yeah, my cat has been an amazing companion, and the other one as well. Like, Yumza has been, like, very, very loving. I wake up and clip and post on Twitter. Period. That's the life, dude. I listen to Dante scream for hours and hours. Dude, is like are your ears like fine? Is like your brain chemistry fine? Like, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Yeah, you know what's crazy to me? So, can I switch with the cat? No. No, no one switches with the Bubuluni. No, you know what? What's crazy to me? So, for the people, okay, like probably no one here, but like for people that didn't know, like Dantas is like very consistent right now with playing League of Legends and like even being like a little bit involved with like Jinxie getting into like Riot like games. Like the tournament was the first official like Riot kind of like acknowledged tournament that Dantes was allowed to be in. And then I think last time he was allowed to co-stream with Jinxie, but he wasn't allowed showing it on his stream. Um, but it's so crazy to me because it's like I understand that Dantes is a brand risk, right? But like you're just dumb. You know what I mean? Like you literally are partnered with people that like do sex work or associate themselves with sex workers that make content in like lolly cosplays, or people constantly like sexualizing characters is also the most average thing ever, not just in League of Legends, but in every single game. But like letting Dantes like be part of something that he enjoys, like, dude, are you fucking stupid? Like, are you dumb? Like, obviously, he's maybe not the main reason why your game is like getting more traction, but he does his part of cooking the cake, you know what I mean? And it's like the straight up ignoring him and everyone calling them out for it and they just like still ignoring him is so fucking weird. It's literally like, are you fucking stupid? Like, what a ignorant and incompetent company. Sorry. Like, I've worked with management, right? I've worked with a lot of people and companies and had brand deals, whatever. And I say some fucked up shit, you know what I mean? It's not my whole persona, but I say some fucked up shit sometimes. And it's like I had companies tell me, dude, like you can definitely not speak like that, but as long as you don't do it, it's fine, you know? And it's like, dude, like unfortunately sex work isn't a brand risk in 2026, which is crazy because all of like 99% of all people doing online sex work literally market to minors. That's and pimp are pimps. Straight up pimps. If I slide into someone else's DMs telling them they can make a lot of money with barely any work and the work I'm applying on a sex work, that's pimping out. Honestly, I got mad watching the LCS stream, which is so dumb because he actually was like pulling himself together pretty well. Was heißt Pimp? So, naja, ein Pimp ist halt einer, der zum Beispiel, das ist der Boss für so Prostituierte. Das ist jemand, der im Prinzip, ja, Zuhälter, sorry, das deutsche Wort hat mir gefehlt, Zuhälter. I only got into League because of Dantes. Clocked. She's speaking minion language? Real. Are you gonna watch CS2 Cologne Major? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't watch any gaming anymore nowadays. The only things I do is cuddle with my cats, um, take care of my company and just live, to be honest, the best I can. Speak in tongues. Native. Buenas. ¿Cómo están? Me llamo Laura. Este es mi stream. Y today nosotros vamos a jugar al Pokémon. Y vamos a ver unas cards to see if nosotros podemos hacer un poquito de money. Dan just finished 1K subs in an hour, by the way. Congratulate him, WYF. Yeah, I congratulated him by him giving me Pokemon cards. Like I said, guys, spend your man's money to support him, motivate him. That's all you can do, right? What time is it for you right now? It's almost 2 p.m. That streamer updates guy on Twitter is the GOAT, dude. You speaking in like third person about yourself is crazy. What language do you think and dream? It depends. Usually because I speak a lot of English on a daily basis, I only think and dream in English, but because I sometimes like speak obviously with my family in German, like every 2 days I talk to them. So obviously I have some days where I like speak more German or like think more German. And then I also will dream in German. But I barely speak any Spanish nowadays, so my Spanish is kind of rusty. Really cute cat. It's a car and it makes brum brum. Yup. How the hell did you know? Jugar al Pokémon, abrir cartas Pokémon. Excuse me. Excuse me. Maybe I was about to play TCG Pokemon online. What are you currently reading? I'm rereading Fourth Wing because I think in September or October the next part is coming out. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong though. I could be hella wrong though. I literally just finished binging your vlogs and after I get the notification that you went live, a mother knows best. Spielst du mal Forza? Auf gar keinen Fall. I can't hold the conversation with anyone in English because I always speak in my native language. Dude, when I met Dantes, my English was super bad. Like, hella bad, but now it's good. Wieso? Weil erstens habe ich gar keinen Führerschein, ich bin gar kein Autofan und ich zock allgemein gar nicht mehr so viel. Any Twitch historian know when subs became $2 and not 5? Dude, today is the day. Today is the day. Since my identity is leaked, can you turn on VOD so I can get that clip of you saying that's like, ew, but sex workers are cool? Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no clue whatsoever how to do that. I'm not good when it comes to streaming. Usually I just stream for like an hour and then I just upload the VOD afterwards. Do you tattoo other people? I used to. I used to be a tattoo artist for other people, yeah. Read the Fourth Wing and then started the Iron Flame, or whatever the second one is called, and can't get into it because they aren't fucking. Period. Literally me. If there's no sexual tension in like a chapter, it's like what an unnecessary chapter to read. How did you and Dantes meet? Dude, most stupidest story in history, actually. This one's not for the books. So, me and Dantes met because I was a tattoo artist at the time for German streamers, right? Or like overall streamers. And at the time, I kind of blew up in Germany. Not like blew up in like a way of like 10,000 viewers, but I went from like 15 viewer streamer to like 800. So people started to getting like notice of me, right? So for a couple of months, I started like tattooing other streamers, etc., etc. So then it became a thing where people would like text me. They'd be like, "Oh, can you like come out today? Can you come out tomorrow to like tattoo?" And I would be like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So at some point, we're on Discord. It's me, Philo, and two other people. One of them is a streamer, and the other one was like a worker in a gaming store, in a gaming place. And they started talking to each other, and it was like, mind you, like 4 or 5 in the morning. I had to go to work, like wake up at 6. Like I was in bed, like just with my headphones in, like barely listening, like almost falling asleep. So I wasn't really like adding anything to the conversation. And then they were like gambling, whatever. And at some point, one of the guys that like worked at the gaming store was like, "Dude, you would never guess who is coming to the Experion." And then Felix was like, "Who?" So then he was like, "That Dantes guy." And then Felix was like, "The League of Legends player?" And he was like, "Yup, that guy. Like, he's coming to the Experion to like game from here." And everyone was like the other two guys were kind of like going, like, not crazy, but they were like, "Damn, like, that's crazy." And at that point, I was like already like, "Yeah, dudes, I'm like logging out." Because first of all, I didn't even know who he was. And I was just like, I was already so tired, I was barely even catching what they were saying. So I logged off. And then I think a week later, the guy that was like in that call that worked in the gaming store was like, "Oh, Laura, like, would you want to come down and tattoo all of us? And kind of like as a payment for it, you could tattoo a very like known guy. Like, he would give you like exposure as payment." And I was like, "Yeah, sounds good. Like, whatever, sounds good. I'll do it." I was planning on going to Cologne either way because I was living in Berlin at the time. So fine, like I can do some other jobs while I'm there, visit some other people. Yeah, I can do it. So then at some point, I think it's maybe like another week after that, I was on stream talking about the situation, and I was in an Ari cosplay. Like we were playing League in an Ari cosplay. And mind you, I've never really played League. I just like played it from time to time with viewers, right? And at that point, I told people like, "Guys, I'm like going to Cologne soon. Do you know like a Dantes guy?" And my chat was going nuts. Like every because I used to have like a lot of League viewers. So everyone was like, "Oh my god, yes, like are you tattooing him?" Like blah blah. And I was like, "Damn, like apparently big shot guy. Like who is that?" So then I asked people to like send in like clips of the guy so I could see who that was. And when people sent it in, there was one clip. And I think it was like a clip of him saying something crazy. And I think I had that clip on my FYP on TikTok at some point. I didn't like it or anything. I just saw it, giggled about it, and continued my day. But like his face looked familiar. So I was like, "Damn, I think I've seen that clip before." Like, yeah, he's like low-key like weird but funny, you know? So at that point, I was like, "Damn, this man low-key like fine. Like, he low-key got the muscles on him. Like, he kind of fine. Like, this man kind of, like, ooh." And at that point, I hadn't been in a relationship for like a year. So I was kind of like, I wasn't really like looking for a relationship. I was just like, haha, being a girly pop. And then I was like, you know what? It's gonna be so awkward when I get there and like I tattoo and like I've never talked to this guy before. Like, imagine I have to go on his stream. I've never talked to him before. Like, it's gonna be so weird because every single other person I've tattooed on stream before, I at least talked to them before to like figure out what they wanted tattooed, right? Like, I had conversations with them before. So I told my chat, like, how can I contact this person? Like, how will I get my fingers on this person to like just like have a chit chat so it's not weird? So I thought first like, oh, Instagram, whatever. And then everyone was like, no, like he's a hell of a Twitter dude. And I literally just a month before that opened a Twitter account. Like until I was like 22, I never had Twitter. So I was like, okay, so like going into his DMs is probably not gonna do much. So I probably need to tweet something, right? So I took a picture of me in an Ari cosplay and I asked my chat to like formulate like a sentence that kind of is like a leak reference. And I don't know who it was, but there was a person that came up with a sentence. How was it? I think it was like, would you like to gank my mid lane or something like that? I'm not quite sure. Something like that. Because like Ari, you know, mid lane, he's a jungler, so he does ganking. Something like that, you know? I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was something along those words. Nina, thank you for the gift. Thank you. So yeah, I basically said that, and then he answered to it, and his answer was, if you tattoo my name on your forehead, I might consider it, or something like that. Midnight, thank you for the prime. So at that point, I was like, what a weirdo, but let me be weirder, you know, because I got a little zets on me, you know. But I just answered like something. Did I even answer? Maybe I answered like something like bet or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Whatever, it was funny. I was like, okay, like kind of introduction, like it's funny, whatever. So then the next morning I wake up and I have a message from him in my DMs, right? And his message was, yo, you're the tattoo artist, or like something like, you're the girl from Cologne, right? And I was like, that's me. And then we kind of like talked, just like, oh, like, when are you coming down? Like, you do tattoos, like, blah, blah, blah. And then at some point, he was like, let me take you on a date when you come down. And I was like, ooh, that went fast. Sure, why not? I've never been like asked out on a date before, so why not? Like, sounds good. And then like we talked for a bit more, right? Before we met. Oh, are you okay, my love? Before we met, we talked for a bit more. And at some point, we were kind of like flirty with each other. And I was like, let me match his freak. So I told him like, oh no, because I think he asked me like something like, oh, so when are you getting that forehead tattoo or something like that. And then I was like, bitch, you're asking the wrong motherfucker. So I asked him like, oh, red or black? And he was like, what? And I'm like, red or black? And he was like, dude, you're asking me right now for your nail color, right? And I'm like, no, you dumb piece of shit. Red or black? It's not about nail color. So he says red. And I, the way I am, literally a week into texting with this guy, take my tattoo machine and tattoo Hecarim on me. His main in League of Legends, right? I send him a picture of it. You know how he responds? Cool. 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 So I was like, I obviously did not get the reaction I wanted. So I was like, damn. Damn. Maybe I out-freaked this freak a little too hard. So whatever. Show the Hecarim tattoo. Wait, I can see if I can pull up here. Wait, can you see it? Here, Hecarim. So at that point, we 1 week later met in Cologne. And oh, actually, I didn't recognize Dantas from a video. I think I recognized him from a Twitter post on stream, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so I went to Cologne and we were supposed to have a date, right? So I go on a stream and I have an Ari cosplay on, right? And his whole stream, by the way, his entire stream, this is the first time we meet, first time in person that we talk to each other. He constantly tells me how he would like to kill me, how he would sell me, how like all these like weird ass things, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, dude, like you're not funny. Like if you're trying to be funny, you ain't. You're just not funny. And like his whole entire stream was calling me fat. I couldn't, no, dude. I couldn't even look at his chat because they would constantly call me fat. So at some point, I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna dip. So I was just talking to my friends that were like in the facility with him. And one of them, and at that time, I traveled 6 hours after work from Berlin to Cologne with the train. So I was like hella tired. I hadn't eaten the entire day. So one of my friends that was done streaming was like, you wanna grab a meal? So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's grab a bite, let's get some food, whatever, in our system. And we grab some food, we're just like constantly like talking, yapping, whatever, like what friends do, you know? And at some point, because I was waiting for Dantes, right, to be done streaming. At some point, the other guy in the facility calls and he's like, yeah, I'm done streaming, like, let's go get some drinks. And I was like, I heard that, right? So I was like, can you ask him, like, if Dantes is already done streaming? And then the guy says, well, what do you mean if he's done streaming? He literally finished, like, 2 hours ago with the stream. Like, literally right after you guys left, he left. And I was like, what? Like, we were supposed to go on a date. Like, are you stupid? So whatever, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go drink with you guys because I was frustrated. I was angry. I was like, this piece of shit. Like, I've never been, like, dumped or, like, kind of, like, ghosted in my entire life. That was, like, the first time I was like, damn. Like, this is like some egoing right here. Like, I was just put in my place, you know what I mean? So at that point, I go with them drinking, and I get like, I'm very frustrated. Like, I'm very like, okay, we have ads. Okay, I'll wait. Tell me when the ads are over. Ariel, thank you for the prime. Yeah, someone's saying they have ads. Would you like to react to a clip I just edited? No. No. I'm gonna be honest, clips on Twitter have always just brought me bad luck. Like, every single time a clip of me on Twitter went viral, always people were hating on me. You did most of the rizzing? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best, Chal. Okay. Guys, is ads done? Also, guys, today we're drinking a cherry lime soda from Poppy. That's my soda of the day. Okay, ads done. Mike, what's up? Okay. Thank you, Harmon. Okay, so basically what happened then was I was very frustrated with the whole situation, right? So I went drinking with them. And he ghosted me, yeah, and I got like, I wouldn't say blackout drunk, but I was a couple of drinks deep into it. And I don't drink, right? So, like, for me, after 2 cocktails, I'm, like, already hella tipsy, right? Because, like, I think alcohol is, like, the worst drug of, like, the average drugs you can do. So, for me, I was, like, dude, like, I was, like, hella tipsy, right? Like, almost right before being drunk. And I saw that Dantes posted on his Insta story, and he posted, like, something along the lines of, like, yeah, like, blah, 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 life's so bad, whatever, like, life horrible, CBA, like I lost all my games, like fuck this shit. I take melatonin, I'm gonna go to sleep now. And I was like, what a weird thing to say on your Instagram story, right? So I texted him and I was like, dude, like, are you okay? Like, what's up with you? So he kind of like was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, dude, like, he was literally like, no tea, no shade, no hate. He was acting like a 20-year-old. Like, no, at that time he was 21, like a 21-year-old. Like, I was like, bitch, he was like a baby right now. Like, stop acting like this. So, whatever. I was getting very angry, like, hella angry. So we stopped talking, and my friends that were with me, they took my phone from me, right? Because they were like, dude, like, you're embarrassing yourself right now, trying to like run after someone that obviously like didn't want to like meet with you. But it didn't feel right, you know what I mean? Because he was so interested in me off social media, and then from one moment to another, he didn't want to talk to me at all. So I was like, something ain't adding up here. Diablo, Dankeschön für den Tier 3 24. Vielen, vielen Dank. Wir machen heute Pokémon auf. I'm not going to a neighborhood concert, sadly, no. So yeah, after that, next day happens, right? And I'm obviously streaming from the same facility that they were in, but I had like my own room. And my stream was going amazing. I had an insane good time on stream. Like, everything was incredible. And at some point, I finished my stream and they slowly all come into my room, right? They all start going into my room because my room was bigger than their room, right? And in my room, there was no camera on anymore, which meant there wasn't a stream capturing what you were doing. So there was like a seating arrangement and everyone was like slowly sitting down. They were getting beers out and some drinks, whatever. And at the time, one of Dante's friends, Ben, was there, right? And Dantes also came in and we were not even looking at each other. Like, we were blank out ignoring each other. Like, it went from, oh, let's go on a date to now we both aren't talking to each other. So at some point, Ben calls me to him, right? And I could tell that Dantes was constantly staring at me, but I didn't look back. Because, bitch, I'm not going to that level. So Ben calls me to him and he's like, damn, like, what happened? Like, why are you not talking to each other? And I was like, Ben, like, I shit you not. Like, this guy, you know, also kind of like side story. First time I met Ben literally came up to me and he's like, girl, you're such a nice person. You seem so genuine. I don't want you to get hurt. I'm just letting you know Dantes is a whore. Like, Dantes fucks hella around. Dantes talks to hella girls. Like, I just don't want you to get emotionally involved when he's like emotionally not present. And I appreciated that, right? I appreciated the transparency of the situation. So at that point, like, I tell him, like, dude, like, he literally ignored me yesterday. He didn't want to talk to me. Like, the fuck does that have to do with me? Like, I'm not gonna approach him if he obviously doesn't want to talk to me. And then Ben tells me, dude, ain't no way. Like, no way. It's not that he doesn't like you. Like, I talked to him earlier today and he was like crying how he fucked up with you and how he like doesn't know how to salvage the situation, how he was like overreacting for no reason, and how you were just nice to him. And mind you, that night before, I literally told one of my friends that I'm gonna kill myself. Because I was so drunk at one point that I was like standing on like a window and I was like, I'm gonna jump. I can mentally not take this right now. So I was like from the night before, I was kind of like traumatized from the situation, you know? So I was like, I'm not gonna talk to this guy because he obviously doesn't want to talk to me, right? And Ben was like, no, like, it's not that he doesn't want to talk to you. He just thinks he fucked up. He thinks you don't want to talk to him. He thinks you hate him. And he thinks he fucked up. And now he's too, like, nervous to not approach you. So I was like, well, that's not my problem. So at one point, Ben stands up in front of everyone, right? And he looks at Dantes and he looks at me and he's like, if you two fuckers don't talk right now, I will talk for you. So I was obviously the bigger person and I was like, no problem. I can talk about it. I'm a very straightforward person. So I went to Dantes and I told him, dude, like, I don't appreciate what you did yesterday. Like, we were supposed to go on a date. And then he tells me, well, no, to be fair, I thought you were going on a date with your friend. And I was like, what do you mean go on a date with my friend? I literally went to eat. Why would I go on a date with you and say yes to a date with you, but then earlier in the day go on a date with a longtime friend of mine? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, we were literally just getting food. And he was like, okay, like, yeah, I understand it. So then we talked a little bit more. I was getting a little bit more calm. And then, yeah, we kind of were chill, whatever. So that night, Dance and I like started like hugging and like kind of like having our heads together, whatever. And then Dantes was like, I'm just letting you know, like, I'm not looking for a relationship. And then I told him, like, as long as we don't fuck, everything is good for me. Like, as long as we don't, if we're not intimate, it's fine that you don't want a relationship. But the second you want to be intimate with me, you gotta step up. Like, I'm not doing that, oh, you can fuck around with me. Like, I'm not gonna be a number. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I'm just one out of, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. And when I date for marriage. I date for children. I date for growing old together. You know what I mean? That will only change if the person changes. For me, that barely changes. So, like, as an example, my past relationships, they only changed because the partner changed, not because I changed. So at that point, he was like, okay, fine, whatever. So, I think that weekend we kissed for the first time. And then the next weekend, like, he was constantly texting me, like, constantly. He was texting me every single day, every single second of the day. And at some point he was like, damn, like, I miss, like, being around you and talking to you so much. Like, when are you coming down to Cologne again? Like, can you come earlier than Friday? And I was like, well, I'm working, but I can talk to my chef. Because, like, I'm going to be honest, I was thinking about quitting school. So, and like going full time into content creation. So I was thinking about talking to my chef, and he was pretty chill about it. Like, I had like, shout outs to my chef at the time. He was really chill. So I went to him and I was like, can I take like 2 days off and I'll just like put them on top in summer? Like, I'm gonna work into my summer vacation. And he was like, sure, like, do that, like, no problem. So I went on a Wednesday to Cologne, and that was when me and Dantes slept in the same bed for the first time. We didn't have intimacy, but we slept in the same bed and like cuddled and stuff like that. And that's when we like went on that date he promised me, right? And at that point, Dantes told me, like, you know what, like, I wish you could stay here all the time. Like, I really enjoy myself around you. So I was like, I know, I wish I could do that too, but it's just like, I'm just in Berlin. Like, I'm sorry, I can't change it, right? So then when I went back to Berlin, Dantes texted me and he was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I really love talking to you and being around you, and like, you're way different than I thought you were based on your looks, and I really want to take you more serious, and I'm willing to cut off all the other girls I'm talking to. So I was like, okay, like, that's your decision to make. I'm not talking to anyone else, but I'm also willing to take it more serious. And then I think I came down again one day early, so a Thursday. And that's when we had like the first like intimacy with each other. Not the same day, I think, but like one of those days. And that was also when we first time talked about like what this would look like in the future. Because I'm gonna be honest, like, he never made it seem like, oh yeah, like, you're gonna be my girlfriend. Like, he did not like talking about the time when he would leave. And at that point, he was leaving in like 2 weeks. And I was stressing hell out. I was like, damn, this man is leaving in 2 weeks. I've been in long distance relationships. Like, it's not just a thing where, oh, you leave and then we're like gonna figure out when I come. Like, no, like you need to plan these things, right? And at that point, I was like kind of like more talking about like, damn, like what are we gonna do, right? I was getting really upset about it because I was sad, right? I didn't want to not see him anymore. So then he told me, like, I'm gonna be honest, like I meant what I said with like, I want to take you more serious, but there's no way for me to get in a relationship with you if you live in Germany. I just can't. I can't do long distance. And I told him, like, I agree with that. Like, I can't do long distance. Long distance has not worked for me in the past. I don't want that. I'm a very, very needy person. Not in like, oh, I need you being next to me all the time, but I need you to like be a part of my day-to-day basis, and just texting or calling is just not it for me. So I told him, like, I agree with you. Like, I view it the exact same way, but I need to know how that looks like because I don't have the financial needs to move to Canada, you know? So he said, you know what? If you actually mean it, like actually, in 2 weeks, there's going to be a convention in Vegas. If you by yourself travel there just to be with me, you can be my girlfriend. And so I was like, okay. So I booked the flight to the States. First time ever going to the States. And I got his name tattooed on my chest, like here, to like be more like I'm invested. I have his name tattooed and his his birth date. And that was like also to be like a surprise, like that I'm actually like mean it seriously, right? So I booked my plane to Vegas, and literally the night off, I was so nervous. I've never flown by myself. The last time I actually went on a vacation flying was when I was 18, and that was only to Amsterdam, so it was only a 1 hour flight. Like I've never been in an airplane longer than an hour. And to the States, you fly like 14 hours and you have to like do a stop in between. So I was very nervous, right? So I call him and I tell him like, damn, like I'm very nervous, whatever. And his mom was on the phone, and his like on the like she was in the room, and she's like, "Oh, do you have your visa?" And I was like, "My visa?" And she's like, "Yeah, you're German. You need a visa. Dantes, didn't you tell her?" And he's like, "We Canadians don't need a visa for the States." And his mom was like, "Yeah, because you're from Canada. She's German. She needs a visa to enter the States." And I was like, dude, my flight is like going in like 5 to 6 hours. I do not have a visa. Like, I'm not going to be able to go to the States. So I'm like, fuck. So literally me and Dante started going through the entire internet. It literally, sometimes there was like things that said it takes up to 3 weeks for them to like say yes to your visa, to like acknowledge it. So I was like, oh my God, like I booked these flights now. I packed all my luggages. Like there's no fucking way. So I talked to a management I was supposed to be part of back in the day. And they were like, we have like a guy that takes care of all the flying stuff and visas for content creators. Let me put you in contact with him. Maybe he can do something. So I text him. I spent 500 euros on an express visa. And he was like, I'm not sure when it will arrive. It comes in 24 hours. So it could come in an hour. It could come in 30 minutes. It could come in 10 hours. I don't know. But you don't need the visa until you get to Frankfurt. So my hours now went from like 5 hours to like 10 hours because I had to fly to Frankfurt and then from Frankfurt into the airplane into the States, so I had more time, right? So he was like, dude, you just gotta fly to Frankfurt and see if you get it until then. So I was like, fuck, like what the fuck? You know, now I'm not just nervous because I'm flying. I was just nervous because I didn't know if I could even make it to the States. So I started going, and then I was lucky. The second I stepped out of my house, I get the notification, you got approved for your visa. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was literally shaking. I was like, oh my God, like, I got it. Like, fuck yeah, like, I made it. So then I could relax. And then I flew to the States, to Vegas, and everyone was like so worried about me. So cute, by the way. They were all so worried for me because they were all like, oh, you know, this little German girl in the States, her English is not the best. And like in Vegas, foreigners get like constantly abducted. Like, poor her, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. And they were like, Laura, do not leave the airport. Do not go with anyone. Do not get close to like big cars, like whatever. Like, they're going to abduct you. So I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know. So I did my makeup at the airport. I got changed at the airport. And then they picked me up. Ben picked me up because like Dantas was only coming later in the day. And then like Dantas came, and then at night he was like, let's go and walk around in Vegas and do something. I was like, okay, why not? Like, let's spend some time together. And then we got onto like, you know, the little Venice, like the little boat thingy that goes like under the water. And Dantas wanted to do that on the inside with me. So we got there. It was closed already. We were too late. So Dantas was like getting angry. Like, he was like, fuck, like, online it said it still has open. So we went outside, and the outside one still was open for another 30 minutes. So we go, we say we would really like to do it, like, can we? And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. So we go inside, and then the guy started singing, which was a bit cringe, the guy behind us, and me and Dantas could not stop laughing. And then we go under the bridge, and then it's like, close your eyes. And I close my eyes, and I open them, and then he had a plushie with like a engraving on it that was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, yes, sure. And that night we made the infamous Spider-Man video, guys. I would never do this much for a guy I barely know, but like, it's, you don't understand. Like, you have to understand, you get what you give. If you put out a specific energy, you will get that back. If you don't, you will never get that back. Like, you have to understand, I think a big issue with our society nowadays is that everyone, not just men, like everyone just wants to give bare minimum until someone gives them like princess or like king treatment. And then they're only willing to like give more. Like, you have to understand, back in the day, like my grandma's generation, they would literally for months have to put effort in for the person to actually like be willing to go out with them. Nowadays it's like, let's text and then like fuck, you know, like it's not as, you don't put any effort in anymore. But if you like put effort in, you will get that back, right? So after that, obviously we went to the convention. I flew back to Germany. He flew back to Canada. Then he went to Korea, and 3 weeks later I joined him in Korea, and since then we haven't been separated. Yeah. You two wanted to meet so badly, so cute, I swear. Yeah, because like I could tell that he wanted to be around me, but he was probably like just worried that maybe I was there for his money or fame or I don't know what. They do it at the airport pretty quick for like a week visit. Well, when I went there, they like only scanned your Esther, and if you didn't have it, they didn't let you through. You will not get it back for sure, though. Gotta be cautious too. Well, yeah, it can obviously happen that you put all your effort in and not get it back, but I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather be myself than give less, you know? Like, that's just not who I am. I've always been a person that is giving and that shows what she's in for. And if I don't get it back, it's fine, because I still was myself, right? I was still true to myself. But then it just showed me that the person wasn't right for me. Now, are you a citizen of Canada? Not yet. Will never regret that I show my love fully and should never be. I recently got a tattoo and it's been almost 5 days, starting to get really itchy and skin peeling a little off. Is that normal? Yes, itchy normal. If we talk about skin peeling, like a scab or just like a thin layer of skin. Because like a thin layer of skin is fine. Like a shedding. But if it's like scabbing, that's an infection. Son's super autistic though. Think he was worried he would just fuck it up? Probably. I remember him talking to Dr. K about insecurities regarding girlfriends. It checks out. Where'd you meet with Dantes in Germany? Isn't it normal for the guy to put the most effort the first time? Depends on the people. I don't think the guy has to put the most effort in the beginning, but I do think a relationship only works if the guy loves the girl more than the girl loves the guy. Does not mean the girl doesn't love the guy. I just think that the guy needs to be like slightly more obsessed with her than her being obsessed with him. Do you still learn French? I'm trying. Now you don't have to worry about visa. Well, I do still have to worry about visa. Like, just because I'm married to a Canadian citizen doesn't mean that I automatically have a visa. Like, shedding? That's fine then. Can I speak French? Yes, sir. Hi, Hyper, what's up? Also, guys, isn't it crazy the strawberry case sold? Do you fuck with Canada or Germany more? I low-key fuck with Canada, but not the place that I am in. Like, I live in Quebec, Montreal, and it's like Quebecois, so it's like French. I don't really fuck with it. Because it's like, it's a good mixture of like the States and Europe, but like the people here have a very bad attitude. Like, you have to understand, like, Germans already have bad attitudes. Like, they think that no one has any business in their life, right? But they're kind of like more ignorant than they are like up their asses. But over here, no tea, no shade, no hate. Most Quebecois, like the French people, they think they're superior to anyone. Like they think they're entitled to everything. They think they're better than everyone. And it's like, damn. Like, dude, I didn't do anything to you. But they're like, they're up with their noses, like, very bad. Hi, Rabbit, what's up? 7 months since you last uploaded video. Yeah, coming soon. Now he's more mature after therapy. I agree. I think everyone should go to therapy. Okay, guys, are we ready to open the Pokemon? I really want to open it, guys. Okay, let me just put down my camera equipment. Okay. We love you. Period. Periode. Okay, let me just go with IV. Okay, let me see. Because I think I should get like a package today, if I'm not mistaken. I bought like some home decor stuff. IV. Okay, let me see. Is it this one? Ooh! Okay. And then, where is it? Nope. Dude, why does it look so weird though? Why is the size of this so weird now? What? No, this size is so weird. What is a boobs? Boopy! Boobs! Come, boobs. Come, boo boops. Okay, I think he wants to lay on that thing. Okay, let me just rearrange this camera because, like, this is, like, obviously not giving. Okay, wait. Yo, that camera's hella bad. Whatever. Eggy! Come! Poop-poops! Oh, my love. Hi, my love. Hi. 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 Making biscuits on me, guys. Right, Bubush? Making biscuits on Mama? He's grabbing the kid. You have a Pinterest board for looks and stuff? Not really. I have a Pinterest board, but I barely use it. I like your chair vibes, books, kitchen. Thank you. What stuff are you opening? We're gonna open Pokemon. That cat wants milk. Bubush, I don't have Milky. Mama Oi doesn't have Milky. Bro, he's enjoying himself super max. Guys, do we want to first look at the card list, or do we go straight just in there? Dive into it? Okay. Dude, now I have to open Pokemon. I have to open Pokemon, my love. I have to open Pokemon. Straight in? Yeah, we can do that. Because I don't know what Pokemon cards are in this set, so I can tell you which ones are expensive, but I don't know which ones are in there. Oh, Bobosh Tazoy. Wait, what time is it? You want munchies? Come, Bobosh Tazoy. Come. Come. Go. I'm just gonna feed them and then we can start. Pray for an SAR, hopefully, dude. Come. 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 Got it. Okay, guys, let's go. I fed the oys, and now we can open. Yeah, I know that the one card, the one, like, what is it? SAR card from this Pokemon is, like, really good. Dude, this like, quality is hideous. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just gonna make my camera a little bit bigger so I can show you guys the cards, like, once I get them out. Like, in a better angle. Oh, there's a Gengar card in here, dude. That would be crazy. Is there also, like, a Pikachu in here? I haven't opened Pokemon in so long. Have you ever hit a God pack before? Dude, I have had, in total, I think 6 God packs in my entire life. Pikachu's only in Ascendant Heroes. Ah, okay. Is there, like, a pack trick with the Japanese one? I don't think so, or? Probably there is. Okay. Reddish. Dein Englisch so gut, man merkt nicht, dass du Deutsch bist. Dankeschön. Manifesting. The Gengar would be crazy. Okay, so it's like, what, 4 cards? Okay, this is a, I guess, what is this? Master Ball? Pokeball? Master Ball? What is that? It's a, I don't know. This one looks cool though. Okay, so it's how much? 3 to the front. Stunkfish. You got 1 EX or better guaranteed per pack? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I got like a lot of god packs. I have gotten a lot of god packs in the past. I had a couple with the Eevee set. 1, 2, 3. There are many different balls in the set. They're not. Oh, I put one too much to the front. Whatever. CBA. Yeah, this one's hella ugly. Dude, I feel like this art design, we have seen it like 700 times. Am I crazy for saying that? Rayquaza. Oh, and this is okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, this set until now, not sure. There's not really a lot of Pokemons that I like. I think isn't this one here called Bellybolt or something? I think it's the card from like that one girl, isn't it? I think I collect her cards. Okay. Antidepressants, Volcano Butthole, Coal Guy, Butt Plug, Sideways Plug, Freak. The set has like over 20 SARs. Okay, that's crazy. Magene Montani. Oop. And it's a good one. It's not an ugly one. It's Bellybolt and the girl I was talking about. What's her name? Oh my god, what an... I collect these cards. Like, I collect her cards. Oh. Look at her, how beautiful. How much is this card, guys? Find out in 3, 2, 1. Pokey... Lector. Japanese. Browsets. Which one is this? There. Excuse me. Okay, there we have it. This card is worth... Oh my god, they have a Marnie card in here? Jealous. Hella jealous. Okay, this card is worth like around like... What is that? Man, I have to look it up on like Collector. Here, there we have it. Nope, that's not the right card. Do you have it on eBay? Dude, because I only have my Collector on my phone. Here, I see this card in English, but not in Japanese. Yeah, I can only find it in English, dude. Fuck my life. Yeah, in English, it's probably worth a little bit more. In English, it's like $100. Can you upload the VOD after stream? Obviously. Yeah, what an insane pull, by the way. Great pull. Great pull. Great pull. Okay, another one. I think in these ones you can get more than one SAR. I think I've had a display where I had 2 in them, but it's like very rare. God pack! Can you have God packs in these ones? 1, 2. Give me Gengar. Hospital bed. My Little Pony. Reddish. Everybody says, I'm fading. Articuno. Yeah, chance on God picks are there, but it's 1 SAR per display unless it's an error display. Okay. Expert fighting. Because I think I've had like somewhere I had like a secret rare. Maybe it was a secret rare, not an SAR. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I just remember it wrong. Dude, a God pack would go crazy though. Team Rocket. Oh yeah, this is the hottest woman on this planet, Cynthia. Cute design. Ah! Anton! Cute! Anton ones are always like expensive, dude. Anton cards are always expensive, dude. I shit you not. Anton cards always expensive. Don't know why, especially when his trainer's on there. Dude, it's so cute. 2 incredible hits until now. Look at these 2. Ah! Cute Psyduck, dude. The motherfucking Psyduck. Which else do they have in there? Wait, let me see. Oh my god, the Team Rocket Mimikyu. I need that one. I love Mimikyu. I'm one of the biggest Mimikyu fans, dude. I love the Mimikyu. Zekrom, obviously. Extremely adorable. What else? Oh, there's a Charizard in here. Is that? Yeah, Mega Charizard. Oh, DNC EX, also beautiful. Yeah, I love the Marnie card, dude. The Marnie card might be my favorite one. Yeah, we got from 2 hits, the 2 really good ones. 1, 2. Okay, let's see what else. A worm. Ice cream. Here, there we have another Iono Pokemon. Pokemon. Dude, I could literally open Pokemon 24/7, but Pokemon stuff is so expensive, dude. This here costed me literally 200 Canadian dollars. And it was the last one they had in store. Oh, who do you have here? Lily. Liluni. Silly. Thank you so much for the tier 1, the 20th. Thank you. Pokemon stuff is crazy expensive. It is. This dude, I think, is it on Sword and Shield that he came out? This dude, if you give him the... Is it the Dark Stone, the Moonstone? If you give that to him, he's such a nice Pokemon. Oh, my love. My one and only Mimikyu. Mimikyu. Pretty! pretty. Do you have a binder you put your favorite cards in? Yeah, of course. Of course, of course. I have a binder I take to conventions to trade and stuff like that. Pretty card. That one is beautiful. Dude, I'm actually getting good cards. Like, damn. Okay, we have three more thingies left. How many art cards do you get? 2 or 3? Was it usually 3? 3? Okay. So we still have a chance of the Mimikyu. This is actually my plushie that I have in my bedroom, but not this one. It's the egg version of this. Cynthia's baby. Okay. And maybe one mega attack left. Is that like those mega cards? Do they not count as SARs? That would be crazy. Which ones do they have from that? Isn't the... Let me see. Here, mega cards. Oh, the DNCEX mega card would be crazy. Low-key baddies. Low-key baddies. I would fuck this one. But she got like a big-ass forehead, low-key. N. Cynthia. Wesiwam. Fuego. And a Pikatfumu. Emax. The bigger the forehead, the badder she is, period. Big brain. Okay, last pack magic, guys. If we're not wrong, we should get another full art in, and another art rare in here. Balloon. Bag. It's a spider. Train. It's a twee. A twee. It's a piglet. Cute. Okay, it's not Mimikyu, but this one's also adorable. I have a mega. Yes! Now the question is, which one do we have? Which one do we have? It looked blue, so I don't think it's one that I saw. So I don't know which one it is. Okay, ready? Okay. 3, 2. No way! I predicted it! No way! I said it! I said it! I want the DNC one! I said it! Oh, Alhamdulillah, God be blessing me today! Thank you, Lord! Oh my god, DNC, I love her. I have a whole collection site for her. Oh my god, dude, what a lucky pull. Dude, I'm literally the luckiest puller on the planet. You can't. I literally, for you guys, with every single opening I've done, I've pulled only God packs for you guys. I've never pulled a God pack for myself. I remember when we had the Evolutions packs, I literally pulled two Umbreons, 2 Moonbreons for you freaks. Two. One without anything and one in a God pack. Cinema, by the way. Sucht wieder da rein da. Guys, insane luck. What the fuck? Insane luck. We have the Iono. with the belly bolt. We have the DNC. By the way, sorry, no tea, no shade, no hate. This is the prettiest mega card. Like, I'm sorry, but the Charizard one, mid. Frostlass, mid. Electros, ugly. The Gardevoir, I don't really like it because it ain't look like Gardevoir. The Lucario, mid. Halucha? The fuck is that even? Okay, Gengar, I can appreciate that one. Scrafty, mid. Dragonite, okay, I can see how you could like that one, okay? But the DNC one is the prettiest one. And oh my god, like the full art DNC, don't even start me how stunning it is. Oh my god. Wie viel ist die wert? Ich glaube nicht so viel. Lass mich gucken. Mianzi. Ja, vielleicht so 10 Tacke. Drengar, wo ich muss das haben? Ja. Yep. Okay, wait, let me show you guys everything I got in big. Damn, like, I got hella lucky, guys. I got actually very lucky. To be fair, I can't complain. I cannot complain, guys. So, dude, I wish I could open, like, all day long just Pokemon cards. That would be my dream. So, we got the DNC card. Stunning. Centering. Good. Same with top to bottom. A little bit of whiting. Upper right corner. Kind of like a color dysfunction at the bottom right. But everything else looks good. Then we got the belly bolt. And look how stunning that card looks. Stunning. This one, top to bottom ratio is a bit off because the top's a bit heavier. Centering left to right. Left is a bit heavier. Yeah, the printing is not the best on the upper right. And we have a little whiting, like white on the bottom. As well as on the top left. And on the back, on the bottom right. But else than that, it looks super cute. I love it. And then obviously we have this cutie. We have this stunning cutie. And obviously Anton the Psyduck. Yeah, obviously, guys, if I like mistake and say some words and you are like, oh, this is not the name of the Pokemon, sometimes I say them in German and sometimes I say them in English. It's like very dumb. Yeah, I want to open more Pokemon cards. Ooh, this card is like heavily damaged. Zam. But it's not worth anything, so it doesn't even matter. Zam. Dude, I wish... I need Pokemon to just send me stuff. But yeah, no, like, those cards are actually hella fire. Like, actually. Like, these are very, very cute. They're gonna look good in my new folder. Because I have, like, a huge Pokemon collection. Well, let me get my collection and we can put them inside. Okay. Let's see. I think these are my EX cards, right? Yeah. These are EX, so all of these go in there. I'm gonna like put them in there a different day. Okay. Whew. Okay, so here we have Mimikyu, Gardevoir. Here, this is my Iono site. So which one do I take out now? This side is full. Probably the single belly bolt one. Look! Now I have one more Iono card. Nothing to do with the layout, sorry, but your chair looks amazing. You have a reference? Exclamation mark chair. Okay, then I have another Lily's Claire Fair. Oops. Okay. There are One Piece cards. Full art. Here. Here, there we have it. Okay. So then we have Jellicent, Meloetta. We have Whimsicott, Gengar, Sylveon, Leafeon, Glaceon, Vaporeon, Umbreon, Espeon, Flareon, and Voltion, Reshiram, and Zekrom. By the way, most gorgeous card on this planet. Yuki! Thank you for the tier 1, the 20th. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Are you gonna send Anton any cards that you got robbed? No. The fuck is Anton? Anton can send me some cards. Do you have any graded cards? Yeah, a handful. I main Seth in League and my respect or my creep. Depends. Either you're compensating because you're ugly as hell, or you're an e-boy. Both of them. Got issues, you know what I mean? Rat, oh. Sorry, I didn't know who Anton is, dude. How the fuck would I know? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know who Red IRL is, except that it's like something from League. I think I've heard that name from Dantes before. But I have also no clue what happened with that guy. What happened with him? He got robbed at at like a card show. 50 subbies! Yippee! Okay, so we have these. Then we have Hirachi, we have Victini, we have Melodic, we have Wilnona, we have Mary, well, Marnie. Then we have Eevee. And now let's see, we have Shaman, Dragonair. There we have her. Diancie. Stunning little Lere. We have Lugia. What else do I have here? At his home. Sorry for him. 3 robbers went to his home and beat him and his dad for crypto. He was at gunpoint most of the time and almost got stabbed. I feel very bad that that happened to him, man. I hope he can heal from that. I got robbed at one point, but I was like lucky in the sense that the person didn't want to like have anything to do with me. Like I was living in like a basement apartment, so you could like from the street climb into my balcony, and they broke open my door to get inside, and they went into the like whole apartment, probably saw that I was sleeping and closed the door, and then they robbed the rest of my apartment. But they left me alone, so yeah. Only thing you saw at the end was his Pokemon card collection because he didn't want any didn't have any expensive stuff. Well, it would be nice to like know why people thought that he's like big into crypto. Cause like it does, it like obviously sounds like a targeted attack. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like, cause like you don't just break into someone random's place, right? And you're like, this person probably owns crypto. You know what I mean? Like you break in because it's like targeted, right? When it comes to like specific stuff like that. So yeah, I can just tell you guys, never. First of all, never have expensive stuff at home. Like, as an example, my collection, they're all ungraded. So they're not even worth anything. Like, they're worth something, but it isn't, like, hella cash. Like, you're not gonna get rich off of this. If they would be graded, and they all would get, like, 10 out of 10s, that would be a different story. But, like, they're not, like, there's no Charizard, like, first edition in here or something. They saw his company address online or something? Damn. His company read our mugs, and in Sweden ads are public, and they thought every company has crypto. I'm very sorry that happened to him, but guys, never ever connect any of your like social medias to your actual address. Never. Like, as an example, me personally, I have all my stuff connected to my own personal PO box, like my one in Germany. Like, it's just like a post office. Like, it's not a private address. And I think Dantes has a company storage where there's not anything in there, but it's like the address. Okay, so this is my whole Acerola side. I love Acerola. She's so beautiful. And then Cynthia! Mommy! Yes! I love Cynthia. Then we have Absol, we have Celebi, Manaphy, we have some Emolga, some Dedenne. There we have more Bellybolt, some little ladies, and this beautiful one. And that's it. Okay, so now I just have to find the other one with the full art. When will you be opening Italian brain rot packs? Yeah, I'm shooting myself before I do that. Here, guys, I think that was my trainer. This is my folder where I have all my trainers in it. I love trainer cards. Sometimes I go through like conventions and I only buy trainer cards. Okay, what's in here? Oh, this is like my... Okay, this is like my trading folder. So let me put this in here. There's no fucking way I'm gonna keep this one. It's hella ugly. What else do I have? You have some celebrations in here. Some doubles of these. I have some cards in here, but it's not like big bag. Okay, then it's probably in here, right? Yeah! So this is my full art order, and I have like everything color coordinated. So this is my white side, this is my blue side, This is my green side. This is my pink side with some Diancies in here. Some purple, some Mewtwo here. We have, what else do we have? This one is very pretty, but it's a promo card. We have yellow here. I'm so mad that I don't have Minon. Then we have some like red over here. We have some like earthy tones with some Zekrom. We have more like galaxy, more themed color ones over here. We have some more earthy green tones over here. Then we have another like earthy tones with some old Charizard, some Mimikyu. Yup. Then we have some more blue with some Piplup, etc., etc. What else do we have here? Yeah, here's like more greeny ones, so I can put this one in here. What else do we have? That doesn't fit in there. Okay, let me put these in here because I don't have anywhere to put them. So Belly Bolt. We have some Spirit Bomb. And this, wait, you know what? Maybe I can exchange something from the purple side with this one. I love your husband. Me too, bro. Me too. Let me see. Maybe this card here? And I kind of want to put the Enton card, like the Psyduck one in blue. Because I already have one in here. Okay. Okay, nice. Because I have the two Psyduck cards, full arts. The amazing. Are they amazing rares? How long have you been collecting? Wow. That's a good question, to be fair. How long have I been collecting? Damn, that's actually a good question. I think I've been collecting... Well, okay, you have to understand, I was a big collector back in the day. Like, if I say back in the day, like 10 years ago. But then I kind of like stopped collecting because my dad and I were kind of like selling a bunch of my stuff. So a lot of the good cards that are big money worth nowadays, I don't even have them anymore. Like I used to have a lot of expensive cards, like hella expensive cards that I don't have nowadays anymore. But I sold them all in like 2015, probably 2015, 2016. And then I started collecting again around 5 years ago, I would say. That must have felt bad. Oh, yeah. Like, I used to have, like, big grail cards. Like, very expensive cards. Like, very, very expensive cards. And that was, like, when Pokemon started to, like, have, like, a outbreak. It was crazy. Because, like, even as an example, like, I used to have a lot of Monster High dolls, right? I used to have so many Monster High dolls. And I sold all of them. I had like limited editions. I had secret rares. I had figures that you could only get when you were like winning competitions from Monster High. And I sold all of it, the big castle, all their bedroom equipment, like everything in perfect condition for $100. Because I wanted to get rid of it. And nowadays, literally one figure is almost worth $100. And I had like at least 70 of them. Yeah. Not to be that guy, but imagine how much it would be worth today. No, 100%. Like nowadays, that would be thousands of dollars, the old cards. But you know, like I'm the type of person, like, I don't cry about it. Like, for me, it's a thing where I think I would cry about it if I wouldn't be in a financially positive position. Like, as an example, me, right? Like, we're not rich, but we're more than middle class, right? Where I would say me and Dantes are like 10 years ahead of our like life. Like, where we are in life now is like where a lot of like mid 30-year-olds are, right? So, we're very privileged. We've worked for it, especially Dantes, but it's also like kind of like luck, right? I feel like luck, timing, and obviously the job that we are doing is very like very giving. So that is like the biggest thing, right? So for me, it's a thing where we're very, very lucky in our position, right? That we can stay at home, we can have a very calm lifestyle. Like me and Dantes as an example, we never go partying, we never do anything really. Like we don't go out every single day. I think we go out like maybe once a week to go grocery shopping. Like we have a very, very calm lifestyle. And yeah, that's why for us it's kind of like as an example, like I had someone, I don't even know when it was. I think it was like a couple of days ago. I was on Dante's stream and someone like said something along the lines of like, damn, now Laura can like buy more designer bags or something along, or like that means a new designer bag or something like that. And I was like, dude, like I would never spend money on like a designer bag that's like $8,000. Like, you know, like people that like buy like designer bags, like for me it's like it doesn't make sense because I like using my bags, right? Like the bags that I use, I just like throw them on the ground. And I have I guess you could consider it designer. I have 3 bags from a designer brand, but all of these bags were under $1,000. So, and I don't even use those. You know what I mean? Because I'm too scared of hurting them, of like breaking them. So I have them in like this glass thingy here. I actually have 4, never mind. But like, I'm too scared of using them. So they're in there, not even being used. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like a thing, dude. I could never go to like, let's say Dior, buy a Dior bag, dude. I would literally put that thing like in a glass box and never touch it. Like, how unnecessary is that? You know what I mean? Might as well go on fucking Alibaba or on Taobao and buy a fake version of it, and then I can buy 10 of those and throw them around like crazy, you know? Might say like Riot instead of Dior, but it's like, Pokemon could never, yeah, but Pokemon is like she's a perfect example. The same way 99% of all content creators are, not just Twitch streamers, like YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers especially. They sit there and they love to bring up this message of I'm like you, but they live nothing like you. You know what I mean? It's like they say eat the rich, fuck this, fuck that, blah blah blah. And then they're like, their idea of like a hangout with friends is like gifting all of their friends like $10,000 worth of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? Or like these people go on trips 3 times a year. Like as an example, me, when I was younger, I think in my entire life, me and my dad went on one trip together, and that was to London in a hostel where the windows were broken in winter. So that weekend that we were there for New Year's Eve, we had to sleep with our hoodies on, our like hats on, and our scarves on because we were freezing in that thing. Yep, and we had like a common toilet with other people. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of these people, I'm not her specifically, but like they're all millionaires, right? And they love to speak on like a level with you where it's like, you're not on my level. Like, as an example, you sit there and you like laugh about people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all these rich people like the Kardashians, the Smith family, whatever. You're literally closer to them that you are closer to the average human being. Like, as an example, nowadays, the average 28-year-old does not have a savings account. You know what I mean? And then you see all these streamers that are like in their 30s or like early 30s, late 20s, and they're all millionaires. And it's like there's nothing wrong with not being in the same tax bracket or in the same life as your viewers. But what's really disrespectful to those supporters is when you pretend like you like LARP as one of them when you're obviously not. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Doesn't mean that you aren't emotionally like your viewers. Doesn't mean that you don't struggle with the same issues that your viewers are struggling. But you just, it's a very different life. It's just the truth. And a lot of streamers, you know, they come from nothing. So they should know the best that their life that they're living now is beyond unimaginable for the person they used to be. And the person they used to be is what the average human being still is. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what enrages a lot of people. Just the fact that a lot of like content creators, they just love to LARP as like the average human being when they're not. And that's what pisses people off, because I don't think people are like angry about the fact that content creators make money. I don't think it's that. It's the entitlement of like, I'm like you and you're like me. But then they drive away in their Lamborghinis, have moved through their third mansion in that year, and buy their families Cartier bracelets to match each other. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like good for you. Like, if you want to live that life, like, no one is judging you for living it, but don't sit there and be like this like priest that like a preacher that preaches like equality and like poor people and everyone should this and that and everyone deserves this and this and like fuck rich people, when you're exactly what you're describing as being the negative. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it do not add up. It do not add up. It does not add up whatsoever. And that's what I think enrages a lot of people, to like actually have an anger. Because there's a difference between me being like, I own this shit, like I buy myself this because I want to, and this money belongs to me, and if you don't like it, that is fine, but this is the path I went down in my life, this is where life brought me, and I'm very grateful for it. Or, well, fuck rich people, they're all disgusting. Hi guys! Today I went shopping and I bought all my best friends, which are like 30 people, Dior bags. And it's like, fuck the rich though, fuck the rich though. Like, how about instead of spending thousands of dollars on your friends, spend that money on like something that's actually useful, you know what I mean? It's like, doesn't mean you have to, but like, don't preach fuck the rich and then do something like that. Like, you are hypocritical. It's straight up hypocritical. Like, it's like saying, oh yeah, fuck Israel, but then you like call for them at the Eurovision Song Contest. You're like, fuck yeah, I hope they win. You know what I mean? It's like, bitch, like, what? It's like, it do not make sense. You know, like, your words do not correlate with your actions. And that's what a lot of times enrages people. I still remember the clip, aren't you the rich? Yep. But it's like funny, right? Someone saying like, aren't you the rich, when they themselves are rich. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very, very weird when rich people talk to rich people and like they pretend that they're not rich. Does that make sense? Because you have to understand, having $100,000 a year as income is upper middle class. Mind you, $100,000. If you as an individual make at least $100,000 a year after taxes, you're already considered upper middle class. These people make like at least 500 to 700,000 a year after taxes. And that's like on the lower end, right? That's like on the lower end. I thought your native language was Spanish at one point, because it is. Do you still practice your Spanish? Not really. Like, I don't really speak it consistently anymore, just because I don't have anyone. Millionaires aren't the problem anyways. Well, I'm not saying that millionaires are, right? At the end of the day, it's people that are like wealthy. Like wealthy that are the issue, right? But you don't sit there and you don't say eat the rich when you are part of the rich, right? Because like rich doesn't start with like $1 billion in your bank account, right? That's not where it starts. Wealthy like Dantes, I think people actually underestimate how much money Dantes makes. Because like I can tell you guys, like I don't know everything, but I know roughly how much money Dantes makes, and Dantes has not made in his entire career $1 million yet. He's don't want to be mean, and there's nothing mean about it, but he's still pretty far away from making $1 million. Because you have to understand, the reason why a lot of people are so rich is because of all the sponsoring they do, right? Like, as an example, when there's like, like this sponsor, this gaming sponsor, this here, this, that, like they make thousands of dollars in a month. Like they make $100,000 just based on corporations in a month. Dantes doesn't have that whatsoever, right? Because Dantes is seen from everyone as like a brand risk. And a lot of people don't like him, so he's like marked as like blacklisted. So Dantes doesn't have any sponsors. So all the money he makes is Twitch and YouTube. And this YouTube, he has splits with his editors, which means, as an example, there's one, I don't know which account it is, but there's one account where he has a 50-50 split. So as an example, if he makes 50,000 that month, he gives 25,000 to the editor, and he but he will take only 25,000, and that needs to be taxed, right? And then a different account, I think he has a 30-70 split, but I'm not sure which account it is. Has he had any sponsors come to him? Nope. Like, he has had sponsors in the past, but it was like they wouldn't pay him that much. Because they knew they didn't have to, and he would still do it. Tengo un examen mañana. Deseame mucha suerte. You got this. Your tattoos are awesome. Thank you. At what point one can be called rich, though? I would say it depends on your asset that you have, like stuff that you already own, and like your yearly income after taxes, and probably also your tax bracket. But like that plays just into it. It's not just one part, but they all play together to a point where that would consider you rich, like upper class. Because like there's people, you know, that they have, like, as an example, they're not rich, but they have, like, as an example, like houses that were like given to them, like, let's say from family members or whatever, but they don't make more than like 50,000 a year, you know? So it's like, you're not rich even though you maybe have property. So it really depends, right? But like, all of these people are rich. They get signed by an agency that gives them signing bonuses, like for example. Those deals are hush hush, and people never think about that. Well, I don't know about Jinxie. I just know that when I was with a company, like a management, there was like times where, and I'm not even close to as big as Dantes is, where I would post a TikTok, a 15-second TikTok, and would make $5,000 off of it. And now imagine having that like 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that there was a time where I was making more money than Dantas was making, just because I had deals with companies. Not anymore, because I'm not in a, like, I'm still in the management, but I don't work with them really anymore, just because they're Germany based, and because I don't really make German content anymore, it doesn't really work together. And you have to understand, like, a lot of companies, they don't want to, like, market the European market, or they don't want to market the American market. So I'm like kind of like an in between, where it's like 50% of my viewers are from there, 50% are from there, and it's like, it's kind of like in the middle. Like, it's really weird. Dabei geh, was es geht. Team unter 16. Ey, viel Glück, Mauna. Viel Glück. 50,000 is average too, isn't it? Probably. Probably. Laura, when are you gifting us Rolexes? When I start prostituting myself, then I can start doing it. I would say not having a lot of houses, but buying and spending money without being worried, aka spending freely expensive stuff. Well, that's maybe like rich in life and emotion, but you're not considered in the eyes of society as rich. But you're probably like middle to middle upper class. If you can like as an example, the reason why I say that we're like middle upper class is because like I can go grocery shopping without looking at the prices. You know what I mean? Which is like a huge thing. A huge thing. Well, I still look at the prices, but I don't have to. Next giveaway. I've heard that people who become wealthy invest heavily in stock markets or give money to brokers who know how to make it big. Yeah. Yep. They're called investment brokers. Dantes has one like them, but he has not invested. The guy told him, like, you should invest, and Dan was like, yeah, no. Have you thought about swapping to a North American management for deals? Well, I thought about it, but like no North American management wants me. No tea, no shade, no hate. And how many followers or subscribers do content creators usually get managements? It really depends. Like there's people that have 10 viewers and have managements. It's all about your potential, how you market yourself, and the connections you have. Like I have some friends that are like in big managements, even though they have barely viewers, just because they're good with someone that works in that management. So it really depends, right? Do you have business plans or like future stuff? Not really. My future plans are gonna be taking care of a household and being a mom. That's what my future should look like. And then obviously still continuing my little book business. Do you play League? No. Isn't these percentages big? What percentages? I just had to max out my 401,000 every year. What's that? If the money investing is good long term, probably. Probably. Soma, what's up? How many kids do you want? Well, I want at least 2, preferably 4. Yes, I know that's a lot. Calm down. What does a management do for content creators? It depends. There's a lot of things they do. It depends on the management you go with. Like, let's say like a new one, right? Like a smaller management, they don't do much. Like they will get you some corporations and that's it, and take a percentage off of it. But like big managements, they usually plan everything for you. Like they tell you, here I've these people want to work with you. What do you want to work with? Let me see who I can contact. They have all the connections for budgeting, blah blah blah, and they basically just market you outside of you marketing yourself to the audience. Like you market yourself to the audience and they market you to companies to bring the audience and the company together over you. But they can do more. Like there's some managements that, as an example, also give out loans to their content creators. They get them lawyers. They get them apartments. Like they make sure that they are living comfortably. Like it really depends on what type of management you are. Is editor percentage? I don't know. I really don't know how much it is for what account. Dude, what fucking troll is this again? Give me a second. I've been everywhere. Activity feed. Girl, I heard you were talking shit. Revan, shut the fuck up. You piece of shit. Thank you for the $10. Dude, I'm not talking shit. It's just the truth of it. Like, you have to understand, just because I say someone is hypocritical doesn't mean I'm talking shit about them. Like, I wouldn't mind telling them that to their face. If you can't take reality, don't act like that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand, if I tell someone you act like a piece of shit, it's not that I'm mean to them. But if they're acting like a piece of shit, I'm just being straight up to them about their behaviors. I'm not sitting there and like, you ugly fucking fat bastard. You're a piece of shit and I hope you die. Like, okay, that's out of the line, right? But if someone does something that's hypocritical, morally wrong, hateful or whatever, and then you say, you know, you're a very hateful, hypocritical person, it's not that you're being hateful, you're just being honest and straightforward about their behaviors they put onto the table, right? And again, like, when you do something like that about a person online, you obviously judge their online. You're not judging them privately, because like 8 out of 10 times, I don't even know these people privately, but for me, it doesn't matter how you're privately. For me, in my opinion, based on being a content creator myself, I judge you based on the moral standing you have on social media. It doesn't matter to me what you're private. You could privately, you could sit there and spend like $50,000 a month on charity. The second online, you pretend like you hate rich people, but then all you do is like market yourself about spending money on like designer. You're putting out this picture to people, and I don't appreciate that. Your chair looks comfortable. Thank you. Favorite Pokemon? Mimikyu and Lugia. Didn't you work in kindergarten? I think it will be a great with 4 kids. Yeah, I used to work in kindergarten. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of, like, as an example, I think a while ago I talked to Dante's mom about, like, in the future when we have kids, because, like, I think Dante's asked her something along the lines, like, how she did it, like, having 2 kids, like, close to age. And she was like, oh, yeah, she would, like, give one of them away to the grandma so she could take care of the other one. And I just thought to myself, like, I didn't say it obviously, but I thought to myself, like, dude, like, when I have like kids, especially if they're like close in age, or if I just have them, like, I'm not gonna have a problem with like them all being there at the same time, just because, dude, I used to literally work like 8 hours a day with like 20 infants in a room that all needed feeding, that all needed to like have tummy time, they all needed to be entertained, they all needed to get the same love at the same time. It's like, I think I'm gonna be good at when I'm at that stage in my life. Does Dance have a management? No. 4 kids isn't anything that's crazy in Hispanic households at the norm based on my experience. Oh yeah, agree. She knows my dogs. People who make trading strategies make good money with so many benefits that the people don't even feel have to quit. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like, being a trader, like, especially day traders, like, no tea, no shade, no hate, but like, I can take them serious, you know? Because for me, it's like, people that have, like, they do day trading, right? I'm not saying that they're not rich, but like, it's like all monopoly money, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I not myself, but through Dantes, we've known a couple of people that were into day trading and they literally lost everything and became homeless because of it. Even though they were millionaires, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know how much security that job can bring long term, but there's probably a bunch of people that made like a lot of money that are secure for the rest of their life now. But like, it's a gambling. Like, you could be secure now and like live a good life, but they want more, and then they kind of like gamble it away. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot do. He said 25 to... Yeah, 100%, but I know that his main channel is 50-50. It's not talking shit if it's shit they said. Low-key. Pokemon or Digimon? Pokemon. Won't you stream at all when you have kids? At least sometimes. We will miss you. Well, in the future when I have kids, I think it really depends. Like, let's say... The thing is, like, I can only speak hypothetical, right? Like, I don't know what the future is gonna look like, but I would think, like, as an example, when we had kids in the kindergarten, right? There was moments where we took, like, a break, like an hour break, because the kids would sleep. You know what I mean? So I do think that it would be possible to stream with children. I just think it's not a consistent thing. I think it's really like a... Today I can, the next 6 days I can't, you know? Like, I think it's, or like, sometimes you can do it 3 days in a row, you know? I think it really depends on, like, what your child is like, what your child's needs are, etc., etc. Are your migraines any better now? Like, they got better, and then they got worse again. Because, like, it got very warm over here, and once it started to be very warm, I shit you not, in the middle of the night, like, my head is buzzing. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna go offline because, like, low key, I start to, like, feel kind of like my eyes hurting, and I don't want to overdo it again. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Right? We're gonna. Are you pregnant, bitch? I hope not. No, I don't. I'm not. I literally just had my period. Like, what? What was it, guys? Week and a half ago, and I didn't have sex since then. So not yet, but maybe once we get a house, and like we're gonna start looking for a house soon. So maybe like end of the year, maybe next year, middle of the year, we'll see. Like, it's something that will come when it comes, when God decides that it comes, and if it doesn't come anytime close, and it's also okay, you know? How much are houses? Well, it depends what size of house you're looking for, right? Like, it goes from 250 Canadian to like 1 million Canadians. Like, there's houses that are 5 million. Like, it depends what you're looking for, right? 250 is nice, yeah, but it's like 1 bedroom, right? And you have to imagine, like, me and Dantes are streamers, which means we both already need 1 separate room. Mine is a work room, and his room would be like a streaming room, and then you need a bedroom on top, so we're already at 3 bedrooms, or like 1 bedroom and 2 work rooms, which like barely exists, right? So it's 3 bedrooms, and then you would need another 2 rooms for future children, so you're looking at like a 5-bedroom apartment or house. You want to be married before having children? I'm already married. I am already married. I got married last year. Gotcha. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna see how I'm feeling tomorrow, and maybe we're gonna go live tomorrow again. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming by today. We're gonna see each other hopefully soon again. I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow. You know what? Because I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow, I probably won't stream tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for coming by, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. I had a lot of fun opening the Pokemon cards. I hope that I can do like little things like that a little bit more often with you guys. But yeah, guys, thank you for all the subbies, all the follows, everyone coming by. And lots and lots of love. I'll try to make like a new YouTube video coming soon. I don't want to promise it though, just because like life has been rough, guys. Life has been rough on me. So yeah, love you guys so much. Take care of each other, and don't forget, as always, to twist the nibbles.